Glenn Hall is here now. He's the U.S. editor for news for the Wall Street Journal. So you have a donor class and party elites and party establishment and previous nominees all lining up against what the rank and file want. That's a separation.
A real splintering.
By any definition, hasn't the party now split?
They've got to decide, right? This is definitely a moment of truth.
Didn't they just decide? The donor class, the former nominee, all the power brokers have said, go over here, and all of the voters are saying, no, we want to be here. That is, by definition, a divide. It's already happened, hasn't it?
It's definitely true, right? We're seeing Trump has brought in a new class of voter. He's got his own coalition. He's got his own momentum building, and the people who are in power in Washington are trying to figure out whether they're with him or against him, and we're really seeing that splintering, even within those who are party establishment.
Well, Mitt Romney, the last carrier of the Republican flag was Mitt Romney. I don't know what else Mitt Romney could do to make it clearer. Is the party establishment, because the party establishment is really important in this next part. In the general part, I mean, they have the data, they have the donor bases, they have the phone numbers, they have everything that you need as a candidate. Are they going to work with this man?
You know, it's very interesting to see former chairman of the GOP saying that they could not support him if he's the nominee. But on the other hand, you have governors and former governors and congressmen saying that they want to endorse him to become the nominee. So there's a real rank and file divide here. And I don't know how that plays out for the GOP, but it can't be healthy going into the second phase of this election when we get to the general.
It's sounding like between now and then what they want is for these other candidates, sans Ben Carson, but the other candidates to stay in and make it such that there's a delegates fight come convention time. But I'm trying to imagine this world where there's a delegates fight where Donald Trump gets almost everything but doesn't quite get the delegates. And then what are you going to do against him? And then where do your voters go? That doesn't seem to make much sense either.
Well, right now, you know, you've got Ted Cruz within 100 delegates. So there still feels like a gap that can be closed if you're in his camp, especially on that sort of consolidation theory that we've talked about before.
The party establishment would be for Ted Cruz that's funny.
When you look at the states that he's won, it's not in what some would call the mainstream states. And so there is definitely a question about whether he's viable outside of his base. Whereas Trump, as you mentioned, still expanding his base, getting into new territory of voters that are supporting him that we didn't see before.
He makes the argument that the Republican Party has been trying to grow its base, that it's been trying to bring more people. He's just done that. And the numbers are there.
The turnout numbers are there.
The numbers are there from Texas, across Georgia, Tennessee. The numbers are there. He has expanded this party. There's no doubting that.
He's bringing in new voters. He's seeing turnout higher than we've seen in a long time for the Republicans. All of these things bode well for his candidacy, even if the party leaders are not comfortable with it. And that's a divide that they've got to figure out how to bridge, or perhaps we'll see. You know, there's still the talk of, you know, supporting another candidate in the mission. We could hear people still
That's a split if there ever was a split. I mean, then you can't even deny it, no matter who you are.
The question is, how will they put this back together if they can?
Put it back together? Put what back together?
Put the party back together.
What's left? Where would you begin? Would you begin with the last standard bearer? Would you begin with Mitt Romney? I'm serious. Where would you begin?
I think they've got to begin on ideology and getting their head around what is the message that Donald Trump is bringing that is drawing in all of these people, and figuring out how to reconcile that with the other tones of the party and the other conservative ideologies that they want to bring forward.
Are they paying any attention to ideology now? Because, I mean, I could tick off everything that is not conservative about Donald Trump if we wanted to, but everybody else has already done that. It doesn't feel like people are paying any attention to that stuff.
Well, those of his supporters are coming around to, well, he is for lower taxes, right? He is for free trade. They're finding those areas of agreement, and those supporters, that's what they're talking about. The negators are those who are saying...
I thought they were talking about the anger. Because that's what I hear. They're angry. They're mad that the party establishment has been saying one thing and doing another thing. That's how they see it. I know because I hear them every day. Our reporters are out there talking to them. They say, we're mad at these people. They kept saying they were going to do something. They haven't done it. Well, damn it, I'm tired of listening to you not tell me the truth. I'm going to go in another direction. Oh, another direction. Here wanders up Donald Trump.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you. I was speaking to the party elite that are supporting Donald Trump and where they're making their rationalizations. But on the ground, absolutely. It's about being fed up with Washington and about finding somebody who can speak authentically to them, and they think that Donald Trump is speaking his mind. Even when he goes off key, he still at least is being honest. And there's a sense of that support being built around those two ideologies.
Less than 10 minutes from now, we'll have a guest, a Republican mover and shaker, and I'm going to ask him about this split, where they are to go next, and give some quotes from some party elites in Washington that are mind-boggling. It's nice to talk to you as always, Glenn. Thank you.